Time to look at the images in your web pages, because you can use them to carry keywords too. In fact, there are two ways images can help you. First, you can place keywords into the image tag to help the page on which the image is placed. But of course, images themselves sometimes, often, come up in the search results, as you can see here. So let's look at the first issue, adding keywords to the image tag to help in the search rankings. Here's a simple image tag. There are a couple of things you can do here. First, we can use keywords in the path and file name. The original isn't very helpful from a keywording aspect. Why not use keywords in the path? The image folder itself could be named rabbit-hutch-images, for example, and the file name can have keywords in it too. But we can also add keywords to the image tag's alt attribute. For years, the alt attribute was used to display text over an image when pointing to that image, as you can see here. This is often known as a tooltip, but it was never really intended for that purpose. Rather, it was intended to store text that would be shown in place of the image in non-graphical browsers, or if images were turned off in the browser. Last time I checked, the three major browsers, Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer, no longer use this text to display the tooltips. The preferred method to create tooltips these days is to use the title attribute. So you might actually want to add keywords to both the alt attribute and title attribute, like this. So we now have keywords in the tag that will appear in the web page, which may help page optimization a little. Probably not a huge amount, but perhaps a bit. But what about optimizing the image itself in the hopes that the image will come up in the search results? Well, there are a few things that can be done. Firstly, keywording the title tag, of course, the path, file name, and alt and title attributes, as we've just seen. But you also want to make sure that the keywords for which you're trying to rank the image appear in the body text near the image, as well as in an H tag above and close to the image. You might also place keywords into an image caption. Another thing you might want to do is ensure that the keywords are in the image's metadata. This is often known as the EXIF data, although actually there are several metadata formats. Metadata is present in JPEG files and PNG files, though not for GIFs. I'm not sure how much this helps, if at all. Google has stated in the past that it does read the metadata. It's unclear how much weight, if any, it gives to this data for ranking, though. Still, it certainly can't hurt. You can get to this data using various EXIF editors. You'll find fields such as description, title, comment, and perhaps a keywords field. And if the fields are not in the file already, you can often add them. You can sometimes even access this data through the file properties. In Windows, right-click on an image and select Properties, then click the Details tab. However, you might not be able to access all the data through this method. An EXIF editor is definitely a better way to go. One more thing. You can also tell Google where your images are using an XML images sitemap. That's something we'll look at later in this course. So for now, you might want to break and take a look at your images, figure out how your website tags them and how you can improve the situation. Can you change the image paths and file names? Can you add alt and title attributes? How about the metadata? So as you move forward with your optimization, you create a process for images that will assist in page ranking.